Advaita Gadadha Srivasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 9, Chapter 10. Does anyone remember what we have been reading?
Hare Krishna. We read about Lord Ram and his pastime, his dynasty, in which dynasty he's coming in. There was Vatmanu's dynasty, and then we also read about Jatayuji, that he was very, very dear devotee of Lord Ram, and he gave up his life while protecting Sita Mata. And Lord Ram gave him a funeral and to Jatayu, and then fulfilling his duty as a son, he gave the funeral. And then we also read that Sukadeva Goswami was telling that like you train an animal, you use a stick. So here Sukadeva Goswami is saying that we are beaten by the modes, and then we understand that what is the real knowledge. So in the happy times we forget Lord, and that's why we are given the sufferings, so that we can remember him, and we need to always remember him. The that is our rule, that we should always remember him and go back to Godhead. And then Varun Dev also told Lord Ram that you please build a bridge so that everybody can understand that how transcendental, how powerful, how good you are, because it's not easy, because he will make the stones float on ocean. And Prabhupada says that someone might think that this is magical, like you see some magic, some people just see some magical activities, and we think him to be God, but that's not the right thing. We need to understand that God's activities are transcendental, and if we know his qualities, about we know his qualities, his birth, appearance, and it is all transcendental, and we can go back to Godhead by that. Then he mentioned about the janma karma chame divyam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deha punarjanam neti mameti. So Arjuna, that you don't come back. If you, by hearing more about, discussing more about his transcendental qualities, pastimes, incarnation, we can understand him and we can go back to Godhead. So yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So beginning text 16 for today. Badvo Daura Gupati Vividhari Kute
बद्ध्वा अधौदो रघुपति विविधादिकूटे
Setum Kapindra Karakam Pitabhuruhagne
सेतुं कपि इन्द्राकरकम्पित भूरः अङ्गे
Sugriva Nila Hanumat Pramukher Aniker
सुग्रीवनीला हनुमत्प्रमुखे अनिके
Lankam Vibhishana Drishavishad Akradagdam.
लङ्कां बिभीषन् दृश आविशितम् अग्रदग्धाम्.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Samishla Prabhupada. Sukdev Goswami said, after constructing a bridge over the ocean, by throwing into the water the peaks of mountains whose trees and other vegetation had been shaken by the hands of great monkeys, Lord Ramachandra went to Lanka to release Sita Devi from the clutches of Ravan. With the direction and help of Vibhishan, Ravan's brother, the Lord, along with the monkey soldiers, headed by Sugriva, Nila, and Hanuman, entered Ravan's kingdom, Lanka, which had previously been burnt by Hanuman. Great mountain peaks covered with trees and plants were thrown into the sea by the monkey soldiers and began to float by the supreme will of the Lord. By the supreme will of the Lord, many great planets float weightlessly in space like swabs of cotton. If this is possible, why should great mountain peaks not be able to float on water? This is the omnipotence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can do anything and everything he likes because he is not under the control of the material nature. Indeed, material nature is controlled by him. So he's throwing the monkeys are throwing the mountain peaks in the water, the stones are being thrown in the water, and by the potency of Lord Ram, they're all floating. They're not sinking to the ocean. You know, if we throw a stone in the water, it's going to sink. But here, by the will of the Lord, they're all floating. So Prabhupada is saying, what's so big deal about the Lord making it float? Why he cannot make it float? If he can make big planets float in space, then why this is a small mountain after all? Of course he can make it float. He can do anything he likes. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam. Only under his direction does prakriti or material nature work. You know, for us it will be like the law of gravity. So with the law of gravity, of course, the stone won't be able to float in water. It's going to sink down. But these laws of material nature don't apply to the Lord. He's the lawmaker. Similar information is given in the Brahma Samhita 552. Yasyagya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. Describing how material nature works, the Brahma Samhita says that the sun moves as desired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, for Lord Ramachandra to construct a bridge over the Indian Ocean with the help of monkey soldiers who threw great mountain peaks into the water is not at all wonderful. It is wonderful only in the sense that it has kept the name and fame of Lord Ramachandra eternally celebrated. So he can make it float, the mountain peaks. You know, the law of gravity, he's the creator of law of gravity, right? So he says, okay, no gravity right now. It's going to float. That's his will. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Sava Narendra Balaruda Vihara Koshta
Savanarendra Balarudra Bhar Koshta
Sridvara Gopura Sado Valabhi Vitanka
Sridwar Gopuro Sadovallabhi Vitanka
Nirbhajyamana Dishana Tvajahe Makumbha
Nirbharyamana
Nirvachimana Dishana
Vishanadvajame
Vajahima
Kumbha
Kumbha
Shringatakaga Jakule Hridani Vaghurna
Shringatakaja
Shringatakajakutirdani Evagurna.
After entering Lanka, the monkey soldiers, led by chiefs like Sugriva, Nila, and Hanuman, occupied all the sporting houses, granaries, treasuries, palace doorways, city gates, assembly houses, palace frontages, and even the resting houses of the pigeons. When the city's crossroads, platforms, flags, and golden water pots on its domes were all destroyed, the entire city of Lanka appeared like a river disturbed by a herd of elephants. So they've just attacked the entire city. Hanuman, Sugriva, Nila, and all the other soldiers. Rakshapatistad avalokya nikum bhakumbha
रक्षापति अवलोक्य निकुंभ कुंभ
धूम्राक्षदुर्मुखसुरान्तकनरान्तकादीन्
धूम्राक्ष दुर्मुख सुरांतक नरांतकादीन्
पुत्रं प्रहस्तम् अतिकाय विकम्पनादीन्
पुत्रं प्रहस्तम् अतिकाय विकम्पनादीन्
सर्वानुगंसमहिनोत् अथ कुम्भकर्णम्
सर्व अनुगान संहिनोत अथ कुंभकर्णम.
When Ravan, the master of the Rakshasas, saw the disturbances created by the monkey soldiers, he called for Nikumbha, Kumbha, Dhumraksha, and Dhumraksha, Durmukha, Surantaka, Narantaka, and other Rakshasas, and also his son Indrajit. Thereafter, he called for Prahasta, Atikaya, Vikampana, and finally Kumbhakaran. Then he induced all his followers to fight against the enemies. So he was sending one soldier, like the great soldier in his army, one by one. He was sending them. He didn't think that the monkey soldiers were so powerful. So he didn't send them all together. He was calling one by one. Tamya tudhana pratana asishu lachapa.
ताम जातु धाना पृतनाम त्रिशूल चाप
Prashashti shakti sharato marakhat kadurgam.
प्राश्रति शक्ति शरतो मारखंड दुर्गाम.
Sugriva Lakshmana Marutsutagandhamada.
सुग्रीव लक्ष्मण मरुत गंध मादा
Nilan Gadarakshapansadi Anvitokat.
नीलंगदर्श पनस आदि भी अन्वितो अगाध.
Lord Ramachandra, surrounded by Lakshmana and monkey soldiers like Sugriva, Hanuman, Gandhamada, Nila, Angada, Jambavan, and Panasa, attacked the soldiers of the Rakshasas, who were fully equipped with various invisible weapons like swords, lances, bows, prasas, rishtis, shakti arrows, khadgas, and tomaras. Teni Tenika Paragupatir Abhipatya Sarve
तेनी कपारगुपते अभिपत्य सर्वे
Dvandvam Barutham Ebapati Rathashvayodhe
द्वन्द्वं वरुद्धम् इपपतिरताश्वयोधे
Jagnur Drumergeri Kadeshubir Angadadya
जग्नुद्रुमे गिरिगटेषुभिरङ्गद आद्यः
Sita Bhimarsha Hatamangala Ravanesha
सीताभिमर्श हतमङ्गलरावणेशान्
Angad and the other commanders of the soldiers of Ramachandra faced the elephants, infantry, horses, and chariots of the enemy and hurled against them big trees, mountain peaks, clubs, and arrows. Thus the soldiers of Lord Ramachandra killed Ravan's soldiers, who had lost all good fortune because Ravan had been condemned by the anger of Mother Sita. So Ravan's soldiers are being killed. The soldiers Lord Ramachandra recruited in the jungle were all monkeys and did not have proper equipment with which to fight the soldiers of Ravan. For Ravan's soldiers were equipped with weapons of modern warfare, whereas the monkeys could only throw stones, mountain peaks, and trees. It was only Ramachandra and Lakshman who shot some arrows. But because the soldiers of Ravan were condemned by the curse of Mother Sita, the monkeys were able to kill them simply by throwing stones and trees. There are two kinds of strength, Deva and Purushakar. Deva refers to the strength achieved from the transcendence, and Purushakar refers to the strength organized by one's own intelligence and power. Transcendental power is always superior to the power of the materialist. Depending on the mercy of the Supreme Lord, one must fight one's enemies, even though one may not be equipped with modern weapons. Therefore, Sri Krishna instructed, Mam anusmarad yudhya cha, think of me and fight. We should fight our enemy to the best of our ability, but for victory, we must depend on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here it's the monkeys. They don't have any military training. And what are their weapons? Only some trees and some stones. On the other side, they are actually soldiers, Ravan's army, very powerful soldiers. They are being trained in the martial arts. They have all the modern weapons. And yet, the monkeys can kill these soldiers. They are great military people on Ravan's side. They are being killed. Why? Because of the curse of Mother Sita. Ravan has wronged Mother Sita. So it's because the Lord is on the side of the monkeys are on the side of the Lord, so they are winning. Pandavas, Krishna was on their side, so they won the battle. Any comments, question?
Yeah, it says that. So that's when the Lord is on your side, there will always be victory.
Yeah, and the Lord is on our side. So we need to depend on the Lord, surrender to the Lord.
Surrender. By His mercy, everything can be.
Yeah, it's by His will, by
His
His
will.
mercy. Yeah, so that's how the devotee is depending on His will. The devotee surrenders to Krishna. It's the mercy of Krishna. Rakshapati swabalanashtimavekshya rushta
Rakshapati swabalanashtim avikshya rushta
aruyayanakam atha bisasara ramam
आरुययानकम् अथाभिशसार रामम्
swasyandane matimatalino
स्वस्यन्दने द्युमतिमतालिनोपनीते
Vibrajamanan ahanan nishite shuraprahe.
विभ्राजमानम् अहनन्निशिते शूरप्रे.
Thereafter, when Ravan, the king of the Rakshasas, observed that his soldiers had been lost, he was extremely angry. Thus he mounted his airplane, which was decorated with flowers, and proceeded toward Lord Ramachandra, who sat on the effulgent chariot brought by Matali, the chariot driver of Indra. Then Ravan struck Lord Ramachandra with sharp arrows. So Matali is the chariot driver of Indra, and now he's driving Lord Rama's chariot. Yeah. This is long. Let's try to do one more. Ramastam aha purushadapuri shayanna
रामस्तं आह पुरुषादपुरीशयन्नः
anta smaksham asata prahata shvabhatte
कान्तासमक्षम् असता परता स्वल्पते
yakta trapasya phalam adya jugupsitasya
त्यक्ततपस्य फलम् अद्य जुगुप्सितस्य
yachami kala eva kartur alangya virya.
यच्छामि काल इव कर्तुरलङ्घ्य वीर्यः
Lord Ramachandra said to Ravan, "You are the most abominable of the man-eaters. Indeed, you are like the stool. You resemble a dog, for as a dog steals eatables from the kitchen in the absence of the householder, in my absence you kidnapped my wife, Sita Devi. Therefore, as Yamraj punishes sinful men, I shall also punish you. You are most abominable, sinful, and shameless. Today, therefore, I, whose attempt never fails, shall punish you. Nacha Devat Parambalam. No one can surpass the strength of the transcendence. Ravan was so sinful and shameless that he did not know what the result would be of kidnapping Mother Sita, the pleasure potency of Ramachandra. This is the disqualification of the Rakshasas. Asatyam apratitishtam te jagad ahur anishwaram. The Rakshasas are unaware that the Supreme Lord is the ruler of the creation. They think that everything has come about by chance or accident, and that there is no ruler, king, or controller. Therefore, the Rakshasas act independently, as they like, going even so far as to kidnap the goddess of fortune. This policy of Ravan's is extremely dangerous for the materialist. Indeed, it brings ruin to the materialistic civilization. Nonetheless, because atheists are Rakshasas, they dare to do things that are most abominable, and thus they are punished without fail. Religion consists of the orders of the Supreme Lord, and one who carries out these orders is religious. One who fails to carry out the Lord's orders is irreligious, and he is to be punished. Bhagavad tu sakshat. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavad pranitam. So, the Lord, He establishes religion. His orders are religion. And those who follow the religion, they are religion. Those who don't follow, they are irreligious. Krishna says He comes to re-establish. When there is too much irreligion, He is the one who comes to establish religion, to annihilate the miscreants, to protect the devotees. So that's what Lord Ramachandra is doing here.
यदा यदा हि
Narrating.
धर्मस्य right?
Yeah, yada yada hi dharmasya. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Shall we stop here? Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening.